everybody, and welcome back to the Shattered Web. My name is Tiff, and I've got a little bit of a different one for you today. I'm going to be reviewing the Lego Formula 1 minifigs. They're so cute. I think I've got the whole set, hopefully, because I totally wasn't recommended and totally didn't use the minifig scanner that is definitely not linked in the description below. I definitely do not recommend to use it. Like, it's such a terrible thing to do and it takes away the entire mystery, so do not use it. I'm going to unbox one on camera, but they are all built the exact same way, so there's no point me taking you through all of them because they're the exact same in terms of builds. So I'm going to open up this one and see which one we've got here. Okay, let me have a look. And I'm going to look at the pieces and just see if I can figure out which one it is. That's your base. We've got blues, so I reckon this is probably a Williams. I guess we'll build it and find out, because at the minute I'm seeing blues, blacks and greys, so I'm saying Williams off the bat, but it might not be. I could be eating arse and it's not actually Williams. But you got your front wing, which is going to pop into this little spot here. You've got that is going onto your front wing like that. And it's not got a logo on it or anything. Some of them do, some of them don't. Which doesn't exactly help me pinpoint which Formula 1 team I'm about to build. Just going to pop all these tyres in. I'm not following the instructions because I've already built a few. So I'm probably doing these all in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. It's a minifigure set. Like, there's no wrong way to build this, let's be honest. But the rubber just slips onto the wheel joint really easily like that. These are really nice, cute builds, and they're fun to just do for like when you don't want to really put your head into a build. And then you've got these pieces that slot in there, and then they've got a crosshatch piece that goes onto the side of the car like that. Gonna go in like that. Oh, there we go. And another one in like that. Another one in like that. So we're now looking like this. You've then got this here, which is going to be your rear wing, and that just literally pops on there. And then you've got these pieces for the side of your car, which one piece is going to pop on like that. And the other side is the exact same. And then you've got these half pieces that are like this, that go on like that and like that. So it looks like this. And then this part, which is just like a slanted piece, comes here like that. And then you've got the halo, which goes in like that. This might actually be the I mean, it could actually be Visa Cash App, but no, I'm sure that I'd have some sort of Red Bull insignia on it. But then again, the Red Bull card didn't. So I think this might be the Red Bull Visa Cash App. That's where I'm placing it now, if I'm honest with you. We're going to go. Then you got this piece that slots into that. And this piece here that slots like that. And that goes in to that hole. They are like that. And if you're autistic like me, you're just going to make sure that it's all nice and straight. Like so. And then you've got a plain white head that goes on to this base part here. And a helmet, which is going to slot on like so. And then that goes in long ways like that. And there is what I'm assuming is your Visa Cash App Formula One Red Bull. Which, let's see if I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. That is the Visa Cash App Red Bull Junior Racing Team. Well, not Junior Racing Team. It's like the fucking... the way I explain that team is the NXT of Red Bull. But then again, that technically only works if you're also a wrestling fan. And then this is the last packet I've got, which is the F1 Academy. So I'm missing 2. That's not right. That is not right. I'm going to check the other bags because I don't think that's right. But I've just opened F1 Academy here. So I'm going to finish building these sets off camera and then I'm going to review them. So overall, I've got to say that these are my favourite minifigs that have been released so far. Not just because of the fact of it's Formula One and I'm a huge Formula One fan, because obviously we've had other minifig sets that I'm a huge fan of, you know, like the Spider-Man minifigs, etc, etc, etc. But these ones are my favourite, not only because of the fact that they are so different from what we normally see from Lego minifigures, but they're just much more unique and compact and fun to build, in my personal opinion, rather than just being a little, you know, minifigure that you put together. That's just a basic person that, you know, I mean, for me, this is just so much more fun and cool because they're little cars, you know. But I think that is purely down to a slight personal bias or what your preference is when you're building things like Legos, etc. So the first one we'll have a little review of here is the F1 Academy minifig. This one I'm not too keen on. And it's for one reason and one reason only. This part here. I feel like because of the really sudden change from the pink to the purple, it almost makes it look like that's not straight. Tell me I'm not the only person seeing that. It's not the way the piece has been put on or anything like that, because this doesn't move. So I don't know what it is. I feel like it doesn't look straight. I feel like it looks a little wonky. And as well as that, I find it all like blends in a little bit, you know. But I like the wheels. I think the wheels are really nice and quite cool. The helmet is rather basic, just a nice white and purple. But the blue visor, that's different. That's something quite nice. But I'd say that this is probably one of my least favourite from the set. And then this one is the Kick Sober. And I actually really like this one. I really like this one. I love the black and green aesthetic. And the green visor is a really nice touch. I feel like this piece just flows really nicely. Everything just looks really well put together and really nice placed. Yeah, I feel like as a minifigure, this just looks so cool, so compact. And yeah, I'd have to say that this one's actually one of my favourites out the entire minifig set. Which is surprising because it's a Sauber. But I really like it. And then here's the Alpine, which, again, I really like this one. I love the different coloured wheels, going very blue and pink. I love the general way this, again, the design flows with the blue and the pink. It's a very even amount of colour, whereas with the F1 Academy, the blue feels a little bit chucked in. I feel like, if anything, the front wing maybe should have been purple, and then had some of the other bits, like maybe the halo, the back piece here, be the hot pink, because I don't know. But this, I feel like, is a really, really nice representation of how you can get multiple colours on such a little piece without it being mismatched in a sense. I think that is really well put together, really well modelled. I really like that. The only thing that I would have liked to have seen is maybe either a darker visor or perhaps a blue or a pink one to match with the rest of the set, like how the Sauber has got the green visor. Whenever I look at this car, I just want to go, Pierre Gasly. I miss Honey Badger so much. But yeah, this is a really nice put together one. The only thing I don't like about this one is the fact that that's not blue. I feel like if that would have been blue, it would have flown slightly better. But I like the Alpine. The Alpine's really nice. Then we have got the Red Bull. I'm going to go straight up and say that this is clearly meant to be a model of, well, not meant to be a model, but it's based off of one of Max Verstappen's helmets. The thing is with the Red Bull, right, is given that it's such a big team, I feel like we could have had the Red Bull logo on there, you know? Like, the Alpine's got it, the Sauber's got it, the Aston Martin, Ferrari, Mercedes and McLaren have all got it. Why ain't the Red Bull got its logos, man? I mean, come on. For such a big team to be missing its logo? Come on! But, you know, overall, you know, you look at this and you say, that's a Red Bull. You know, it's got the iconic colours, everything like that. It is very clearly a Red Bull. It's just without the logos or even just having, like, Red Bull Racing written here. I think that could have been a lot nicer. Like, you can see on the Alpine, they've got Alpine written there. You can see on the F1 Academy one, they've got the F1 Academy written one there. I feel like you could have had some actual Red Bull logo somewhere. But again, that's a personal thing. Obviously, these are meant for kids. I'm not a kid. So, you know, that's a nitpick on my end. And then we've got the Aston Martin, which I actually really like this one. I think this is another one that flows really nicely. It's got the Aston Martin logo because, you know, it can be done. Apparently, they just didn't want to do it on the Red Bull. I'm keeping that in. Oh. That's an interesting one. But yeah, it's very nice. I like this one. It's got the matching colour piece for the front wing into the halo, which is really nice. That's what I wish they had done with the Alpine, because it's the only thing that I don't like about the Alpine minifig. But yeah, this one, really nice. It's got a yellow visor, which is really nice as well. And yeah, see, whilst they, like, all the helmet designs are the same, this one does just scream Max Verstappen at me. I will put a picture of the helmet that I'm referring to up. When I actually look at them side by side, there's probably barely any actual real similarity. It's probably just me being in my head, but, you know. And then we have got the Visa Cash App Red Bull Racing minifig. And I don't like this one. I really don't. And my main issues with this minifigure is there's really not much about this that screams Visa Cash App at me. You know, there's no sort of insignia. Yeah, okay, fair enough, it uses the Cash App colours, but I feel like there could have been a little bit more done to say, you know, this is a Visa Cash App Racing Formula 1 car, not just a white, blue and red car, you know? But again, maybe that's just me. It might just be a me problem. But it's a nice little figure. I don't like the white here, though. I feel like that just doesn't flow very nicely. This one, it just feels very blocky. It feels very thrown together. It doesn't have the same flow that, say, the Sauber has or the Alpine, you know. It doesn't have that same sort of flow together that I like, you know. Then let me get the other cars. I've grabbed the other 4. The only reason the other 4 weren't already there is because I'd actually got them prior to this video. They've been on display for a little while. So, yeah, I just hadn't got them. Well, I'd already got them, but they were on display, so I had to get them off at the display. So here we've got the McLaren. Now, the McLaren, I think, is a really, really nice one. Again, you see how it just really nicely flows. You've got the McLaren logo there. It says McLaren on the rear wing as well, which is really nice. A nice orange visor as well. The whole minifig just flows really, really nicely. And, you know, it doesn't fall victim to the blockiness nature of the Visa Cash App. And yeah, it's a really nice looking model. And again, it would have to be one of my favourites personally. This is the thing. Some of them really do flow very, very nicely and just look really good as figures. Whereas other ones just don't really compare for me. But like I say, this could just be a me issue. Then next one here we have got is the Lego own Formula 1 car. This one I actually really like. Obviously that piece is put on wrong. Hang on. This was the first one I got. Let me just... So this is actually the first minifig that I got of this set line. I saw it in Smith's Toys, and this was before I totally didn't know about the thing that I don't know about minifig scanner. So I had no idea which one this was. And I was obviously disappointed when I opened it, and I was like, oh, it's not an actual team, it's a Lego own one. But it's a really nice little design. And, you know, yeah, I love the red visor. I think the red visor is very, very cool. Even the helmets on their own are really nice. I do really like them. And, yeah, it's a nice little figure, you know. Then here we have got my 2 personal faves. But that's team bias. That is team bias, legit. Because my favourite team is Mercedes, but my favourite driver is Hamilton. So naturally I have to... Fuck me. But naturally, because Hamilton's driving for Ferrari, I also will then like Ferrari. But even before that, big Charles Leclerc fan. My favourite driver is Hamilton. But I love Verstappen. I love Leclerc. And I'm sorry, okay? But I did always prefer Piastri. And my main thing with that was, it just felt like, I think Lando hate is very forced. I do. I feel very, very sorry for Lando. I feel like a lot of the shit he gets put through, when he's very, very obviously mentally beating himself down a lot, it's harsh. It really is. The only reason why I prefer Piastri to him is I think at the same time he can have a bit of an ego. Especially towards drivers like Hamilton and Verstappen, when, I don't know, I feel like there should be a bit more respect to quite literal world champions, you know? But, you know, this is a me thing, you know? But anyway, we're getting away from ourselves. We're going to have a look at the Mercedes first. I really, really like this figure. It does drive a real nice resemblance to the livery of the actual Formula 1 car, with the silver middle part and the black and blue sides, and even the little red decal there. I thought that was really, really nice. It's got the Mercedes logo on the front wing. The rear wing has got this nice little decal pattern here, which is the same on a lot of them. Like here it is on the Sauber, here it is on the Red Bull, and here it is on the Visa Cash App. So a few of them have got it, but it works really nicely with this figure. This helmet just, to me, screams George Russell, because obviously George Russell is very known for having the blue helmet. matching with the Mercedes car. But I like this figure. I really do like how many little references there are to the actual F1 car in real life. I've also realised that I've put a couple of pieces of this figure together wrong. You can tell that that's before I got in the swing of building them a bit too often. Let's just pop them there. There you go. And that piece is round the wrong way. Let me just fix that. And there you go. Now it's actually built correctly. But yeah, it's a nice minifigure. I do really like it. And then last but certainly not least, even if that is the luck we are having this season, forever a terrible and hard day to be a Ferrari fan. But here we are with the Lego Ferrari minifigure. And it's very nice. It's very nice. It is a nice little figure to look at. For me, this helmet is very Charles Leclerc. Again, it's only based off of the colour. Like, all the decals on the helmet are the exact same, but it just reminds me of certain drivers, you know. It's got the nice little Ferrari decal on the front wing, and on the rear wing, Ferrari. Very nice. Obviously a bit of a basic one because it is just pure red, but it's a Ferrari. What else is there really to do with a Ferrari? But yeah, I'm very happy with this set. I am only missing the Williams and the Haas, which I didn't realise I was missing the Williams and the Haas. So I guess I'll have to do, like, probably won't bother doing a separate review on two of them. Like, I'll probably just post a reel eventually when I get them of me just building them and just being like, content, suck it, you know. So I'm going to try and order these into my favourites now. And I'm giving zero bias towards actual teams because a few of these are right near the top that I don't actually rate as teams. So my personal favourite is going to have to be the Mercedes minifig. Not even because they're my favourite team, but because of not only how nice the figure flows, but how realistic it is to the livery. I love the fact that they had the little red decal here. I think that is just so perfect. Obviously, I'll put the car that this one is based off of here. And I just think it's a really nicely and well put together figure that does have a surprising amount of realism to the car, despite being such a little figure. So that's why that takes number one for me. Number two is going to have to be the McLaren. Again, really well made in the sense of it looks like the car, despite being such a small minifigure. It flows really nicely. It's a really nicely made figure. The orange visor is lush. And again, just an astounding amount of actual similarity to the real world. My third is going to have to be the Kicksauber. I keep raving up this one because it is just so nicely put together. I really do like the way that this minifigure has turned out. It flows so nicely. The black and the green work so well together, and it's a nice little piece. It is a really nice little piece. The next one is going to have to be the Ferrari. Again, it's nothing to do with, like, even the design aspects, because there's not much you can do with it. I really like it. I don't know. It's just quite basic. Which, I mean, it's going to be. But, you know, that's just my personal. Next up for me personally is going to have to be the Alpine. I really, in fact, I might actually switch this around and put this in front of the Ferrari, so after Kicksauber actually, because I really like the way this figure was done. It's really nicely made. My only issue with it is that halo piece. I just wish that was the same colour. That is the only thing. That's my only grievance against it. It really is. Next up, I'm going to say the Aston Martin. Really nice figure. Flows really nicely. Love the yellow visor. I think that is really cool. It's a nice one. Up next, I'm going to have to say the Lego's own Formula 1 car. Excuse the little tuft of hair. Really sweet design. I love the helmet. The red visor is sweet. I'd have to say the helmet is probably my favourite part about this piece. Next, I'm going to go with the Red Bull. It's just the fact that it is a bit of a disappointing figure to me in the sense of there's no Red Bull insignias on it. Despite it being a main team. Obviously, yeah, it is very clearly a Red Bull, but I just would have liked to have seen some actual Red Bull decal on there. Next is going to have to be the F1 Academy minifig. There's just a lot about this figure that doesn't work for me. The colours, I feel like it could have been done a different way just to make these colours flow a bit more natural and a bit more nicer. And then last has got to be the Visa Cash App. It's just, it's blocky. It looks, I don't like it. So, yeah, out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of the Lego Formula 1 cars, my order goes number 1 at the best figure will be the Mercedes. Number 2 will be the McLaren. Number 3 is the Kick Sauber. Number 4 is the Alpine. Number 5 is the Ferrari. Very midfield, just like the rest of this season. Number 6 is the Aston Martin. Number 7 is the Lego Formula 1 own. Number 8 is the Red Bull. Number 9 is the F1 Academy. And number 10 is the Visa Cash App. I'm sorry, Visa Cash App. And I'm sorry, Lego, I just do not like that minifigure. I'm really, really disappointed with it. But yeah, really, really lovely set. Just missing the Haas and the Williams, and then that is the full collection now. And yeah, do you know what? They're really, really, really enjoyable pieces to build. They're nice in your hands. They don't take a lot of effort to do. The wheels are nice and smooth. Yeah, you know, as a avid Formula 1 fan and a massive Lego fan, it's lovely to see two of my favourite things combined in. And when I heard that we were obviously having Lego sponsor Formula 1, I knew that there was going to be cars. But I didn't expect a minifig set. The minifig set was a very pleasant surprise for me. And I love them. And it's something for the racing display that I love to have on there. And yeah, so the next reviews that I will be posting toy-wise will be my big boy Formula 1 cars. But whereas each set is different, I will probably do a separate review for each car because each car is actually built slightly different. I have already built 2 of them. So I might actually review them now quickly because actually the 2 that I bought first were always going to be my 2 favourites, the Mercedes and the Ferrari. So let's take you through these figures. Obviously, I can't show you me building them because I've already built them. Sorry, sue me. What do you want me to do about it? But that's why I'm going to pop them in this video just as a little extra bonus. And then the other ones I'll actually build on camera, etc. And it could just be a nice little thing that we do, you know. It's so cutesy. Let's have a look at the Mercedes first. This is a really, really nice figure. I have added the 44 on there as this is based off of the 2024 season, meaning at this point Hamilton was still driving for Mercedes, and so I was like, well, I'm putting 44 on there for my boy. It didn't come with any stickers for driver numbers, which I was slightly disappointed in. I would have liked of them to have put an either, you know, a 63 or a 44 sticker, so you could pick which driver you'd want the car to be for. But that's just a little nitpick thing on my behalf. But actually putting the figure together was really nice, quite simple and easy as well, which is always fun. And if I show you the figure the halo actually lifts up like so, and the minifig pops straight out. This minifig actually came with a wrench as well, and a hairpiece. It's just a very basic minifig with a little Mercedes uniform on that is really, really cute. And then the helmet is a basic Mercedes helmet in the George Russell colours, as I call them. And it's got a nice red visor in there for you as well. And then you can just obviously stick the helmet on and pop him back into his car. I do want to get some custom minifigures so that I can have Hamilton in this Mercedes. Oh, shit. I can get, I want to get a mini Leclerc for the Ferrari. Oh, fucking hell, I'm pulling the figure apart now. Jesus, right, hang on, let me just pop that back on there and pop the halo back into place, and then just quickly reattach that bit here. There we go. But yeah, it's a gorgeous piece, man. The amount of attention to detail is insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, when you take a look at the small versus the big, it has got the Pirelli white hards on as well, which is nice to actually see the hang on, I'm pulling things off again, for fuck's sake. You've got to be so gentle with these figures, man. There we go. But yeah, it's got the Pirelli hard tyre compound on, which are really, really nice. I am a very big fan of this figure. It is so nice. I mean, look at it. The nice Petronas decals across the side. It is just, it's gorgeous. And I'll tell you what, it's a pretty big figure as well. Like, all things considering, I mean, you know, it's a decent sized figure, and these are only 20 quid from Argos, which, considering the size of the figure and the quality and the compactness of it, what more do you want? Like, you know, it's a really, really enjoyable figure to make as well and to build. It's not one of them overly stressful pieces. Why are you moving? You know what? Just not gonna touch it. Just gonna pop it down because I seem to be breaking it. To be honest, it's been so long since I've played with Legos. I'm not sure how like strong they're meant to be, because I don't play with my Legos. I display my Legos because I'm a fucking adult, okay? And then let's move over to the Rari. And as you can see, there are differences in the Rari in the way that it's built to the Mercedes, which is really nice because Formula One cars are all built differently. They've all got different pieces. And I really did like that attention to detail, that they aren't all just the same figures with different colours and different decals, you know. Each car looks different, and I love that. So again, this is the SF24. So this would have been Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. So I've put number 16 on there for Charles Leclerc as I love Smooth Operator, but Leclerc was my favourite before Smooth Operator was even in Ferrari. So, you know, again, very, very nice figure. I mean, it's gorgeous to look at. It's really, really nicely put together. I would love to see them do a figure of the SF25, despite the fact that the car has been shit this year. I love the livery on it, and I'd love to see their take on the livery for the Lego car. All the decals on it, again, really, really, really lovely. It works so well. And this has got the Pirelli medium compound on. So the nice yellow tyre, which is really, really nice. I'm surprised they didn't go for softs though, given that softs are red. So I mean, naturally, you know, red Ferrari, or if we really want to be accurate, wets. Chuck it on wets. Strategy. And here's it compared next to its little smaller alternative. I mean, the size difference is insane. This is £3.50. This is 20 quid. You know? And just quickly, I want to show you some of the clear differences between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. You can see that they are completely different models to build. Which I won't lie, when I bought these, I did expect them to all be the exact same build process, all look the exact same, just different colours, different sponsor decals, etc, etc, etc. So I was very pleasantly surprised when they are completely different cars, just like in real life. I love the attention to detail from Lego there. I think that is incredible. And again, Halo lifts up and you've got your minifig inside, and again came with the same wench hair and then the little Ferrari uniform and Ferrari helmet with a nice black visor in there for you. Again, really nice figure. I do want to get, obviously, a custom Charles Leclerc for it. And something else that I'm going to show you on the Ferrari, because the Ferrari seems to be a little bit more sturdier in terms of not falling apart in my fucking hands. How cool is that? You know, I just think that is so fucking cool. Let me just quickly pop that back in. Oh. Put that back in. Put that back in the right place. I think so. Yeah, I have. Then there we go. I love them. They're fucking sick, aren't they? And what you'll see in the reviews of these to come. So the way they've done the halos on these figures are very, very clever. I do want to get my hands on the big boys as well, because they're fucking sick, obviously, but we don't get paid shit for this, and we have full-time jobs and bills to pay, so give me some time, yeah? But yeah, nice little Lego review for you. How cute. If you enjoy this sort of content and you want us to make some more, let us know. Obviously, it's very different from the usual suit review and con videos that we do, but it's something that's a little more still related to, obviously, cosplay and stuff like that, but it's something a little different. Well, not related to cosplay in the slightest. Related to nerd shit, okay? Well, I mean, the Spider-Man minifigs are, but would you call F1? Is sports ain't nerdy, is it? Well, yeah, I suppose if you love anything you love, you can become a nerd about. I don't know. Formula 1 is very out there in comparison to the stuff that we normally do. But fuck it, I like Formula 1, and this is our channel, so just let me know if you like the video, alright? Okay? Like and subscribe, bitches.